It's time to take 10 minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion of Parshat Noach, the light within and the light from without. If you look in the Parsha, there's an expression that intrigues commentators, and that is Tzohar Ta'aseh Lateva. That this boat of yours, it has to have a Tzohar. So what is a Tzohar? So we say, well, Tzohar, it sounds like Tzaharayim, like the afternoon, where it's very sunny. So maybe it has to do with light. But light could come in a variety of ways. There are some moderns who suggest maybe it's the angle, saying that the boat should have sort of angle at the top, it shouldn't be flat. A lot of different theories. But of course, the Rashbam says, how do you have light? He's telling him to bring a lot of lights. How do you bring lights in those days? They don't have flashlights. You bring a lot of oil and candles and wicks. So the oil is known as Tzohar because Yitzhar, we have the expression found in the Shema, Yitzharecha is your oil. So maybe that's what it's referring to. Rashi quotes two opinions from the Midrash. One is that it's a window. Because you see, we know later on that Vayiftach Noach lechalon teva asher asa. Later he opened the window and he sent out the raven, sent out the dove. Well, where did he get the window from? God didn't tell him to make a window. So this Tzohar must be a window. It brings light, Saharayim, and it brings light through the window. The other interpretation is Even Tovah. He had sort of a shiny stone. You know, some stones, they're not just luminescent in that they reflective, but they're actually luminescent from within. They shine from within. And that's what he needed. He needed sort of a shiny stone that would that would actually transmit some light to give light inside the ark. After all, you didn't want to have windows. Windows tend to leak, so it's all dark in there. And if you had a shining stone, that would work. You know, when I was younger, some people suggested that he had invented some sort of a light bulb so that he would have lights from within. The question is, what can we do with this? Why debate? What are these different meanings? Rashi says maybe it's a stone that he put inside and it illuminates from within, or maybe it's the window. In which case, although it's pretty dark and dingy outside because it's raining, it's like sort of London out there, but the light's coming from without. So which one is it? So I think this could be a good metaphor for life in general. Life is often a teva. Here we are trying to hold ourselves within a stormy world right now. In 5784, we're struggling with the war in Gaza, the different challenge of being killed from the massacres, and then the challenge of having to defend ourselves and people who get killed as a result of our actions as well, all weighs very heavily on us at this time. And as we're thinking about this, and we're being tossed and turned in the arc of life, where the vicissitudes, things go up and down, and we have that little arc. The question is, where does the light come from? Does the light come from within? That you have to find your inner joy. You have to find your inner appreciation of life, your inner imagination to keep things going. Or no, you open a window and you let in other people, and your light comes from the Torah that you read from without, from the people who smile at you, the people you interact with, the nature all around you. Where do you get your light from? It's from within or without. If you look at the Mishkan, the tabernacle, which is also a type of an ark, sanctuary, it's a similar word to the idea of an ark or a boat. In the sanctuary, in the holy sanctuary, also the divinity came from without, the clouds that would descend upon the place. On the other hand, it came from within. We would make a fire. You should make a constant fire. We would make the fire. The fire would come from within. They placed the fire, and then God brought down the fire from above. Where does it come from? We know there's a difference between introverts and extroverts. Introverts get all their inspiration from within. You close the door, nobody can disturb them. They sit there with their book, and they're so happy they can light up the light from within. Extroverts, they like to open the door, open the window, go out, see friends. It's other people energize them. They go to a crowd and they see lots of people and they glad hand to different people, And it's the interaction with others that brings the light in. Baal Shem Tov says that the Tzor Tasel Teva, the word Teva, the Hasidim interpreted, the Teva are the letters of the prayers, letters of Torah. Tzor Tasel Teva, you got to light up the letters. How do you light up the letters of prayer? Well, some of the Hasidic masters said, if your deeds are worthy, then when you say the words of prayer, the letters will light up, the prayer will be more effective. Or, we need our kavanah. Says the Baal Shem Tov, if you take the letters, Baruch Hashem, Lokinu Ma'acholam, this, that, Baruch Aleinu, this, Rafeinu Hashem B'nei Rafei, all the different famous prayers that we say, Modim Anachnu Lach, all the prayers we have in our Shemona Esrei, in our prayers, do we light them up? Do we make it so hard to that teva, that word? Do we light it up? Or do we just read it? Modim Anachnu Lach, or we light it up, Modim Anachnu Lach, Shatau Hashem Lokinu Zur Chayinu Magin Shem. Do we light up the letters, or we let the letters just sit there? We have to be that outer light to bring the inner light out of those letters, the letters of the prayers, and the letters of the Torah as well. You can go over the parsha. You go over the parsha. Look, Noach, the flood, the Tower of Babel. Okay, read that already, did that, done that, and you're done. Or you can look at it and somehow find the inner light from within. So Rashi gave us two hints into how to bring light into a dark and dingy and dangerous and scary and deathly situation. There's the Even Tovah, there's the beautiful stone that shines no matter where it is. It could be the darkest room and somehow it shines, it glows in the dark. And then the window that brings in the light from the outside. We need to do both. We need to, even at this dark time when all we can do is just glued to CNN or whatever your favorite news channel is and trying to figure out what's going on in the land of Israel, we try to bring in light from without, bring in some more Torah, bring in human interactions, positive things in our lives, to look at nature, get out and get away from the story for a little bit. And at the same time, we have to find that inner strength, the amunah, the bitachon, the faith that indeed we always believe as Jews that v'yas HaMashiach, we believe that the future is always bright, that the tomorrow will be a better day, and we use that inner light to bring a joy to a dire and difficult situation. Where does your light come from? Are you more of an inner light person or an outer light person? I think we need to do both to bring joy and happiness to our lives. We need to do both. I guess the broader question is, where does happiness come from? Does happiness come from within or from without? Do I need that my job and my family and my other people and the co-workers and everyone give me accolades to bring the happiness to me from without, from that window? I look outside and see everyone smiling into me? Or do I have that inner Even Tovah, that inner light that glows in the dark, that lights up, that where the joy and the happiness comes from inside? I think we need to do a little bit of both to enrich our lives and make our lives more filled with light, joy, and we hope one day we can once again say with full kavanah, lighting up the words, Layudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason v'ikar, that like the Jews in the days of Mordechai and Esther, may we be able to say that to the Jews there was light and joy and gladness. And as we say on every Saturday night, Ken tielanu, so may it be for us. Thank you for joining us here at the Baron Hirsch Congregation, and thanks to Jason Lefkowitz, our producer. Thank you.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.